Hi all, it's Kim with Rejuvenate Raw with Kim. And today we are back with Laura Hernandez, who is my spiritual life coach and helped me tremendously in healing my body and my soul. And I thank you again for all the help you've been to me, and so glad to be talking again. So I've had a few questions. People are just wondering, what exactly is a spiritual life coach?
Hi, Kim. Thank you for meeting me again and doing this. A spiritual life coach is somebody that, like a coach in a soccer team, will coach you through life. Like, will tell you honestly what is that you're going through, and with all the tools that a coach studies, they're going to help you discover a solution or a way to manage what you're going through. Okay. And because I have the HeartMath trained skill and the theta healing skill, well, I have also coached you in healing, how to heal your body. Okay.
Yes, you have.
Your mind and your soul, which is amazing.
Right.
And I heard you have great news for me today.
I do. I talked about it on my page at Rejuvenate Raw with Kim. I have had actually it was a growth on my thyroid for the past few years, and it was substantially big, maybe about the size of the end of the thumb, or maybe this finger. I mean, you could feel it. And when I discovered it a few years ago, it was like when everything else was hitting, the MRSA, the C. diff, and it's like, oh, one more thing. And now I have cancer, great. And all of my family were like, you need to go have that tested. You need to go have a biopsy done on it. The doctor wouldn't talk to me until I had the test done. And I made a decision at that time to just not have it done. I knew in my heart that I was going to heal my body. I just knew I was going to do it naturally. So I went through a lot of doctors, a lot of different protocols. And, you know, I try not to think about it very much. And just this week, actually yesterday, I rubbed it and it's like, it's completely gone. That growth is gone. And I am just so pleased and grateful for the raw fruit diet and for your help and Hilda's help. And again, I just want to thank you for that. And can you explain to us how this happened? Why is it gone?
Oh, well, there are like many miracle remissions that people are like going through, and through time, more and more and more. I know more people that go through these miracle remissions, and for me, it's amazing how it works. So we have a field around our body. So it kind of extends 3 feet wide, okay? And they say 3 feet wide because the machine that measures cannot measure more than that.
Right. That makes sense.
Greater than that, but it's like around 3. It has been measured about around 3 feet around us.
Okay.
So this field of energy, which is our energetic field, it's fed and has information. Okay. This energy is information. Okay. And that information translates into the body. So what it is in the field, you have in your body, and what is in your field, you have in your life. So any information, any programs that you have towards money, any programs that you have towards love, any resentments, any difficulties, any guilt, any shame, any happiness, and any love that you have in your field is going to be reflected in your body and outside of the body. And this energy has different frequencies.
Okay.
So for example, sadness, guilt will have a very low vibration,
right,
very low frequency. And love, fulfillment, joy will have a higher frequency.
Okay? Right. Okay.
So if we are tapping into low frequencies, okay, so the frequency in our energy field, the vibration in our energy field that has that information is going to reflect back into our body and into our lives, that kind of information.
Right.
Okay. And for example, when I met you, you had a very, very low vibration.
Yes, I did.
Very stuck in your programs. You were very stuck in behaving as a victim, and
Right,
everybody see you that way.
right.
And I think that is the most important thing to go through. I just went with a little talk with a friend that he is always complaining about that he can't do it because of his body, he can do it because of his brain injury, he can do it because of his hormones. And I was telling him I have seen people done it with your kind of injury, with your kind of hormones, with that and worst. And they have done it. They have overcome their body by
Right.
not being the body, but not letting the body be in charge. And he was really mad at me because I said that.
I understand that. There's times I felt mad at you.
Yeah, people will think that that is disrespectful, that I don't understand what is that.
Exactly.
That is
Yeah,
that.
you think people just don't understand.
Yes, but if I let you believe that you are your body, if I run with you and allowing yourself to see
Right.
yourself as a victim, and that you are going through this very bad thing in your life, and that you're gonna stay forever, I'm not helping you.
No, just get more of the same.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
what I try with my clients and what I did with you is creating space for you to become something else and get you out of the place that you were stuck at.
Hallelujah.
Okay, so we changed together and
Mhm.
I coach you a little bit, but it's your work. You went out from that vibration and you started vibrating different feelings, different energies. So therefore, you were tapping into different things. So if you want to have a greater life that you have to have a greater vibration. And by
Right.
changing your emotions, by working on your programs, but by doing even like what you're doing, being healthy with your body and being more kind to your body,
Right.
that is helping you raise your vibration, and therefore you're tapping into higher frequencies that will allow you to make matter in your body disappear.
Like the MRSA's gone now, the C. diff is gone, and now this bump on my thyroid. So it's just amazing. Thank you.
You remember how much did you complain about the MRSA? And you said, but I can't because it itches, but I can because it
Well,
itches.
it was eating my skin away. I mean, this isn't anything that you could just not think about, but I had to reach a point that I didn't think about it and that I saw myself as healed. And you taught me that over and over and over again. And finally, it's gone.
Yay!
All right. So you actually just returned from a week-long retreat with Dr. Joe Dispenza,
Yes,
and you told me that you saw some miraculous healings, actually.
yes.
And I haven't heard about them in detail, so I am just dying to hear. So, do you mind telling us a little bit about what you
Yeah,
saw?
for sure. I will love to share that. In my group, there was one guy around my age that he had an accident years ago and he couldn't move the shoulder. Okay.
Mhm.
And when we were in a meditation and the meditation didn't even end it, we were still in meditation. He felt that he was healed. He felt the energy that he was already healed and that he had to go to the gym right away
Oh,
to,
it just gives me goosebumps.
to do some like pushing himself.
No way.
Okay,
Wow.
so he walks out of the meditation like really in a driven state to prove himself that he has healed himself.
Yeah,
Goes to the gym and makes somebody else like tape him, and he did it. He
you
moved
did.
himself from the bar, and his shoulder was completely healed.
Awesome.
Okay. There was another lady that had an accident 3 weeks ago, and she felt and her hips and her back were she had a little crack. She said
Okay.
She thought that she was not going to be able to stay the whole time sitting down. And by the end of the event, she was feeling great, not a pain in her body.
Wow. Now, did that come from a specific meditation or just from the
No, everybody experiences in different times during the workshop. There's not such a thing as the one.
Okay.
But you're right. It's going to be the one when you're not your body. The one that you overcome your body.
Right.
The one that you go further. The one that you really forget about who you are, that you're nowhere, that you're completely in space. And then you can create something new for yourself. Okay. But I saw, like, there was two older persons in my group, around 70s both.
Okay.
One, a sweet guy that he had a stroke 12 months ago. So when he arrived to the workshop, he was using a wheelchair.
Okay.
Couldn't even like speak very well. At the end of the workshop, he was walking without a cane.
My gosh.
He did the physical challenge, which was challenging.
Wow. That's like an obstacle course or something, right?
We were like climbing trees.
Okay. Wow. From a wheelchair to climbing trees.
Yes, from a wheelchair to climbing trees.
Incredible. Wow.
And he was talking very good at the end. And he said that the tingling that he felt in his face was not there anymore. It was amazing. And just from meditation, like, you know, that kind of guy that is very, he was a Japanese, I think, guy, like very respectful. And
right.
He was, when he explained what happened in front of everybody, he was like super respectful with Dr. Joe, and it was beautiful to witness.
Wow. Wow.
There was, sorry?
Well, I was just going to say, I remember from the last one you went, you told me there was someone in your group that was blind from birth.
No, 7 years. At 7 years, she lost.
Oh, 7 years. Okay. Can you tell us about that?
7 years, she lost her sight. And just like when she, like when we opened her eyes from one of the meditation, she was seeing.
Wow. Wow.
So what happened here is when you are in meditation, you raise your energy and you tap into higher frequencies. And those higher frequencies are going to download information to your body that is going to, your body's going to change with that information. Okay. So that information is kind of the background or what is provoking and allowing space for your body to change or your life to change. Because could be something physical, but people also experience calls from businesses, money in their accounts, finding objects, all kinds of miracles going on when you raise the vibration. And that's not the only way that you could do it with meditation, Dr. Joe. You can do your own meditation, okay? Just tapping into a higher frequency. You can go for a healer, and a healer might be doing it for you. The healer is tapping into another frequency and sending that frequency to you. There's those two ways to do it, but if you can do it your own and you can be empowered to do it yourself, I think that is one of the best things that you can do. Yes, you can go for a healer, but also you can raise your energy and your frequency by meditating, by being in this space where there's nothing.
Right. You know, for me, I think what's helping me more than anything is to be very conscious of my thoughts throughout the day and to be aware of the emotion that I'm attaching to the thought. It's really all about the emotion, right? Because it's the emotion. And I had no idea that I was even attaching an emotion to every thought because it's just so automatic in us. You know, it's a program that we've run forever, like possibly since we were a child, right?
Exactly. Or you tap into the field of the society, you tap into the field of an object or somebody else's, and you grab that information into your field.
Right.
So it's from childhood, it's from all your life experience.
Right. Right.
And you're very right. You have a thought, and that thought is going to make you have an emotion. Okay,
Right.
it's the
Right.
emotion who's going to make the chemical in your body who is going to benefit you or damage you or create disorder. So,
Right. Because
and
your body acts on that chemical that you create. It has to. It goes through your entire body and it changes everything in your body. So, I just try to think about how you've taught me that every thought can either take you towards getting well, or it can keep me where I am in sickness. That's huge. That's huge. So why am I not focusing on these thoughts? And so what I try to do is actually block the emotion if it's an emotion I shouldn't have, or the thought, which starts the emotion. And then when I block it, I substitute for an emotion that heals me, an emotion of joy or happiness or love, or just a thought of what my future can be and what I want my future to be. And I feel completely different when I do that. And you get tuned into how all of that feels. And then before long, when you're having a thought or an emotion you shouldn't have, boom, you feel it. And you've got to stop it right away. But
yeah,
it's time to figure all that out. It really does.
you create a really good awareness. Well, when I was coaching you heart math, but that is heart math. Okay, so you have an emotion and you acknowledge you're having these emotions, but you have the power to change that emotion by tapping into another emotion and bring that to your heart. And this is not something that it's a woo-woo technique. Heart math is a science-based technique. So it's
Right.
proven through science that you can change your emotions with your own will. And that just by doing that, you're changing your immune system, you're changing your autonomic nervous system, and you're changing your hormonal system to work towards health and
Right.
towards happiness, towards clarity, towards more intuition. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you're changing your emotion, you're not only stopping the emotion, you're also not wasting energy.
Right.
You are
Right.
also creating awareness, and you are creating more energy for the time that you have to handle life.
I notice when I'm able, like I would be in bed every night at 7 o'clock because I was just so exhausted and fatigued. I couldn't function. And now that I'm more successful in being aware and blocking these emotions, I'm up till 10 o'clock at night and I have energy when I go to bed. It's fantastic. It works. It truly works. And the thing is, people want to focus on healing through diet, which is great. It's great. But the fact is that the energy is so, so important. And it's something that people just don't always want to look at because it's so out there. You can't, wrap your hands around it, and you just don't understand it.
I think that supporting yourself with the right food is important.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little bit more energy, because if you eat processed foods, it will take energy.
Right.
But it's going to take energy to digest that food. And if you eat raw food, you're not wasting energy.
Right.
Digesting that as much. It's very important also that when people go through a diet, that they really have to work on their emotions when eating the diet, because usually what happens is the person needs to do the diet, but not all the family around that.
Right. Yeah.
So either you're eating with guilt, that's not going to help you.
No.
Either you are being attacked because you're the one eating that and the one that
Right.
to eat that, and nobody wants that. Everybody wants you want salad, or you have to do salad, or just the saying, I have to eat this. So
Right.
what are the emotions you're going to putting there in your food? Those are the emotions that are going to heal you or not.
Right. And you know, I've heard Dr. Joe say that if we could be eating like a perfectly organic fruit salad meal and put it in our body, but if our thoughts and emotions are toxic, it just turns to toxic mush in our body.
It's a organic toxic that Bruce Lipton will call that.
What's that?
Very toxicity, organic toxic compound.
Yeah, it doesn't go together.
Well, it's an organic toxicity.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's very important. If you're doing a diet, that's great. That will support your body.
Exactly.
But the emotions are much more important.
Right.
And addressing your emotions in the past is very important. Addressing your emotions in the present, and also addressing the emotions for the future. So what is going to happen if you are healed? Some people will not receive the same kind of attention. Some people will not be held the same way if they become healthy. And some people are even afraid to walk this path because nobody's going to care for them if they heal.
Right.
It's not also only about the past or the present, but also the future.
Wow. Wow.
Be aware of that.
Sure, sure. Well, you know, I have people ask me all the time, how do we raise our vibration? So I thought that was a great question for you.
Okay, just like I said a little earlier, you have to feel uplifting emotions, renewing emotions. So what is an emotion that renews you? Happiness, joy, fulfillment, contentment, balance, peace, love, passion, excitement, and so many more. So you have to, and this is a trick, your mind doesn't know if you're really experiencing something or you're imagining and visualizing you are experiencing.
Right. It doesn't care. It doesn't care.
Know the difference, okay? So you could be in your bed and you could be like in body of feeling. So really feeling that you are running, or really feeling that you're doing something that you really, really like. Could be surfing, could be hiking, and you're going to create with the feeling of that emotion, the chemicals in the body that you could have been creating when you are really doing that. So it doesn't matter if you can't go out from your house, you can still create good emotions. And really, it's proved by science that you have the choice to feel. You have the choice to feel bad, and you have the choice to feel good. So I will ask anybody that is like watching this beautiful interview, what is going to be their choice?
No, I remember you asking me that all the time. And yeah, it made me mad sometimes. Like, I don't want to feel this way. But I remember you would, we need to talk more about the heart math in another interview. So we can, people are asking about the breathing technique. So we need to explain that. But you would get me in the breathing technique and you'd be like, okay, I want you to think about a time that you felt worthy of yourself. And I'd think and I'd think, and then I'd come up with something and you'd tell me that's what I want you to think about when those negative emotions are overwhelming. Then you replace it with those feelings that you're experiencing right now. And that really helped me a lot. And it, again, is just a matter of practicing it over and over until it becomes natural to you. So, and then you start thinking of other things that make you feel happy. And then pretty soon your vibration raises higher. And then you think of more things that make you happy. And pretty soon you're happy all the time.
Yes, and it's very, for me, it's very amazing. It's like super stunning to see that when you do that, you start seeing in your reality things that match what you feel.
Exactly.
So yeah. Saying fake it until you make it.
Yes, yes.
It's true in this. Okay, maybe first you said, oh, I don't know how to feel happy. I am going through this amazing challenge or huge challenge in my life, and I want to feel happy. I can't. Yes, you can.
Right.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, because you have felt happiness in the past. And if you haven't felt it, look at your movie. Go to a movie. Go a movie where somebody's happy and tap into that feeling. Tap into a movie of somebody being healthy. And when you're watching a movie, you are embodying the people in the movie. That's why we cry, we suffer, we get afraid, because we are living what the people in the movie are living.
Yes, yes.
You don't have those experiences for your own. Go to great movies and tap into great movies to have those feelings.
There's a movie, I'm trying to think of it. It's called Anatomy of an Illness. And he actually healed himself of a life-threatening disease by watching funny movies. That's all he did, was sit and laugh all day. And it completely went away. He was completely healed. So
he changed his emotion. It doesn't matter if it wasn't his own experiences. He was having the experience of being happy or experiencing funny things. So he was creating completely different chemicals in your body. But if you're going to stay complaining about your life, thinking how of all the things that you can't do, you're not going to go anywhere.
Right, right. And I think that's why, like you said, that people get mad and they say, you don't understand. I did feel like, how do you think I'm going to be happy when I have all these horrible things going on and I'm half crazy with anxiety and just, the pain from the MRSA and I'm not able to eat and just everything that was going on, and you're telling me to be happy. But we kept working together and we kept working together, and neither one of us gave up. Yay. And eventually things started turning around, and I started trying the things you were telling me and building on that and building on that and building on that. And, just kept raising my vibration, and I'm getting so much better, and the bump on my thyroid is gone today. So yay.
So congratulations, Kim, on the bump, and congratulations also of creating now the life that you are loving living.
I am. I love helping people that are going through what I went through, because I want to show them that it is possible to heal, and it doesn't take medication. And I never tell anybody not to go to a doctor, but it's just possible to heal yourself through the emotional work and through the diet, because I'm living proof of that, and there are thousands of others doing the same thing. So you can go to my page at Rejuvenate Raw with Kim and see my posts every day. And we are going to have lots more interviews with Laura and Hilda and people who have healed themselves. So thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you so much, Kim. And you can go to my page, www.ihalolove.com. And I post their information, little posts that you can read in 1 second that will help you support your journey.
Wonderful. And you work one-on-one with people. You also do classes, right?
I do healing classes. I teach heart math, and I do coaching one-on-one, which I love.
Highly recommend her.
Yes. So thank you very much for having me again, Kim.
All right. We look forward to talking with you soon.
Okay.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.